Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this week we'll be taking a look at the Bug Out Bag. It's a returning reckoning weapon that we're getting with Season of the Deep, and in my opinion is one of the only ones really worth trying to get. Now I say that because of the way I view weapons in D2 now. As much as I would love to indulge in my inner weapon hoarder and have multiple copies of every weapon, vault space is limited. So when I look at a weapon, I have two things on my mind. 1. What role does this fill in my loadouts? And 2. How easy is it for me to get? This doesn't apply to crafted weapons though, because we're able to swap out perks and change the way the weapon interacts with everything. On that reason alone, everyone should be getting all or as many of the crafted weapons as possible, because of balance changes, patches, buffs, and everything that could happen in the game. That's why I recommend everyone at least to get the blueprint, even if you don't use the weapon. Something could happen and that gun could be godly later on down the line. But with that out the way, let's get into it. When compared to other SMGs in the season, the Bug Out Bag stands its ground with well-rounded stats and range and handling being the only real downside. This is plenty of reason to even really take a fair look at the gun. Now comparing the Bug Out Bag to the Immortal or No Survivors for some might be a little unfair, but let's be honest, the only thing that really broke the mold of these two is the combination of target lock and rangefinder. And Bungie has already stated they are going to nerf rangefinder in order to bring ranges in line with each other. And before you think it, yes, target lock is an amazing perk on its own, you're not wrong, but Bungie has also planned to nerf it a little bit in PvP in the next season. So what role will this SMG fill in my loadouts? A substitute for arguably one of the most dominant guns we've had released to us. And 2, how easy is it for any of us to get a hold of it? Stupid easy. All we need is 4 deep engrams, or just turn in a whole bunch of fish for a chance at a roll. If anyone out there's having trouble with that, I don't know what to tell you. And some bonus points, because the perk pool on this thing really isn't that deep, so the chances of getting the roll you actually want, pretty damn high. The first perk pairing that comes into my attention is Subsistence and Incandescent. For anyone that wasn't around last year for Season of the Haunted, this is the Callous Mini-Tool substitute that you've been looking for. And in the first column you actually have a lot of great choices, like Perpetual Motion, Slideways, Threat Detector. Good Shot Straight is receiving a buff next season, so that has some potential depending on how big the buff actually is. Aztecross just dropped a video yesterday going in depth on Gut Shot Straight, so if that's interesting to you, go check that out. Link is going to be in the description. And the last column is filled with great perks like Fragile Focus, Killing Wind, Multi-Kill Clip, Swashbuckler, and Collective Action. Fragile Focus got a rework, and now you have increased range until your shield is gone. Killing Wind also helps out with low handling and range. Now it is a kill activation perk, so some out there might not like that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still a great perk. Now if you're a big PvP player, I would suggest trying to get your hands on a Perpetual Motion Killing Wind roll. Now, I'm not the strongest PvP player, and I went into Iron Banner solo queue, and honestly I'm just trying to get the best clips I can out, so you guys can see at least the potential this thing has. Collective Action is a new perk we got this season, and already got nerfed, due to an absurd damage output with targeted redaction. This is why we can't have nice things. But it still has some great benefits inside of PvE. In fact, all the footage you're seeing inside of PvE and PvP is with the Perpetual Motion Collective Action role that I have. One thing to keep in mind is that Collective Action does not refresh after picking up an additional Fire Sprite, Void Breach, or Stasis Shard, or whatever it is that you're getting from your subclass. As you see here, I pick up a Fire Sprite, defeat another enemy, pick up another one, and the timer stays at exactly 2 seconds instead of refreshing to 6. So in order to keep Collective Action up as much as possible, please be sure to let the timer run out before collecting another subclass buff. And for anyone out there who just doesn't have the time to count, don't worry, you also have Swashbuckler, Multi-Kill Clip, and of course Incandescent. One role I'm trying to keep my eyes out for is a Gut Shot Straight Multi-Kill Clip or Swashbuckler role, because I think those two perks kind of synergize well with Gut Shot after the buff that's going to receive next season. To sum it up for you guys, the Bug Out Bag really does have some great potential right now. And for anybody out there who has any of the roles that I've been mentioning throughout the video, go give them a shot. Now if you made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you, and also let you know that I'm going to be uploading different videos on the channel. I'm still going to be doing D2 content. It's just at the end of every season things get real stale and slow, and for someone like me who only really makes one video a week, it's harder to really do something new that hasn't really been said or done by a lot of other bigger channels. And the state of D2 itself is in a weird spot. I think we're all really kind of waiting to see what the final shape reveal that we're getting in a few months is really gonna look like before we can really get a grasp of just how Bungie is going to really treat D2 after, you know, the final shape. And for anyone out there who has any game suggestions you'd like to see me play or try out or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments below. I promise I'll try my best to get a hold of it, and if it's a multiplayer game, I'll see what I can do to find someone else I can play with. But again, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, learned something new, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But above all else, keep a kind heart, keen mind, and a savage soul. I'll see you guys later. Peace.